maybe the first thing that I would mention is that to my maybe surprise, people actually really open up during these autonomous conversations. And the way they lead in is also really amazing. So these are, I just pulled a couple of examples where people start sharing, start writing almost like a novel and start sharing really deep stuff about themselves. So I'll just keep it on the screen for a little bit. But it's like, the daughter left home, I have no family and friends, I'm about to lose the place where I live, and my dog is getting old, but I fear the dog is going to outlive me, and who is going to care about the dog, etc., etc. So kind of interestingly enough, people, it's not just, very action driven or purposeful. It's also kind of trying to get sympathy from AI, and AI actually provides empathetic responses really, really well. So that works pretty well. Some of these are just, saying overwhelmed with many issues. Some of them are just, they just want to have a conversation about attending this group support program. And then some of them are very purposeful, like they want to know how much it costs, or even like this pricing process schedule. That was somebody wrote a query into AI. So a really big range of responses and needs. But the basic story is this: people land, and I'll share a different screen. People land on this. This is a Y-Combinator company. Support for aged, often lonely women specifically. And people land here and they're supposed to go and find the group for themselves. But in reality, people have a lot of questions. So this is a way for them to be able to answer, to get those questions answered, alleviate their concerns, all sorts of different stuff. And this is where that chat actually comes into play. So far, let's see, we have, maybe I'll start with this as well. This is what this case study was. Having a chatbot that would answer information queries. We would do appointment scheduling. So the conversion for Reviving Mind means scheduling an appointment with the group coordinator. So people come in, people ask questions, but ultimately we want them to go through the intake with the group coordinator. And so we do in-chat appointment scheduling. We also moderate the conversation for, sticking to program-related topics, because as you saw, they want to talk about everything. As you know, our big stat is going from 2% conversion to 11% conversion with the AI doing autonomous responses instead of a human. And then if AI does follow-up, like get back to them in a few hours or a day and ask, well, would you like to do the intake? The conversion jumps to 25%.
That's pretty amazing.
And the fraction, and the fraction is the ratio between the scheduled appointments and the number of interactions with that widget, with the web chat widget. We think that the key drivers for this is quickly responding. People take their time. They're no longer with that web chat when they respond, but responding in seconds makes a lot of difference. Building rapport with empathy. And we saw that people start sharing a lot more. Being able to schedule in chat. and I'll show you an example of that conversation. And also not just responding with empathy, but also with information. People sometimes just give kind of, yeah, we take some money, but it's small money, or yeah, we can help you, just sign up. But AI actually gives much more meaningful responses, much more information-rich responses. And so that's the gist of it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, I will, go through the demo.
Sure. Why don't we look at the demo?
So the way this works is this: we have kind of two modes of operation, if you will. One is, this is a live site. So if you go to revivingmind.com/groups, this is what it's going to be. You're very welcome to play with it live. Maybe don't schedule appointments, because then you're going to get a call back from the company. But I can ask, maybe what's the cost or something like this. And oops, sorry, I closed the, sorry. So when this happens, we start the conversation, and we're gonna get an answer about the cost. We can fire multiple concerns, like what's the cost, what do you talk about, how do I start, this and that. In the way we set up this this engine is, it classifies all the user needs, and then it gives a purposeful response to each one, and then we combine the responses together in kind of the natural language way, so that we can address multiple concerns at the same time and make sure that all the concerns are actually addressed. So this particular query was relatively simple, but do you wanna try one?
You're sharing your screen, right?
Oh, I'm sharing the screen. It doesn't come up?
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it basically gave a response that, it's going to be this much, and it's going to say that we don't offer discounts, but it's a small amount, and you're going to get support and caring community and blah, blah, blah.
That's great. So, I mean, where are you holding right now with this?
Yeah, so the way I started this is I had a previous Y-Combinator company as a founder. So I have access to Y-Combinator founder forum, Bookface. So I wrote on Bookface, I'm such and such. I should probably also introduce myself, but I'm such and such. This is what I'm doing. This is the results I'm seeing. Does anyone want to launch with me? And a couple of companies responded. So I launched one of them. I'm in the process of launching another, and Tigran is helping us, route some demand. But this is kind of early days. This was launched back in July, and I was out most of August. So this is relatively new, but we've been able to iterate pretty quickly on a few kinks, and that's the result. So very early days, but very exciting.